Now, sometimes recognition's not so easy. For example, if you saw this contorted hand or something, just in isolation, it might not match anything very well in the visual memory if you have never seen that before in particular. In that case, you might have a tentative sort of recognition and a very tentative identification. So when the information is not very good, you don't recognize with great confidence, you may have a tentative identification, sort of like a hypothesis. In those situations, the frontal lobe is allowed to run to completion. It's always sort of looking up information in the brain and planning what to do next. Say you thought it was a hand, and it's closest to being a hand in terms of recognition, and you tentatively identify it as that. Parts associated with the hand are then activated, and the frontal lobes will look up those parts and where they go, and then send information to parts of the brain that shift attention to that region. At the same time, it primes, that is, it feeds back and primes the representation in the temporal lobe of what you expect to see. So you're not just passively sitting there waiting to see if you're going to find a thumb, if you're looking for a thumb, but you're actually actively priming yourself. So as you shift attention to where you expect to find a thumb, you're set to see the thumb. And that turns out to be a critical fact for mental imagery. So once you've shifted your attention to the key part, you see if it's there. If it is there, if you find the thumb, say, that will be recognized, and that recognition may be enough when added to what's already in associative memory to allow you to identify it. So given it has certain parts, a certain size, so that information is coming in from the dorsal system, and so on, all these different things together may converge on implicating one object. So you say, it's a hand. Now you don't have to say that, but your brain sort of converges in, and the representation of hand gets